guys, so we're back right now. I actually found Kamz really easily. Kamz, I mean, congrats.
Yeah.
Finalist here at the NorCal Regional where you won 2 years ago.
Yeah. Remember beating you?
I do remember that. That was when I was good.
Yeah, I'm going to still beat you.
So, first off, I mean, how do you feel right now?
I feel really good. I was really underconfident. I was going to use Shota Yamamoto's team, which was Gothitelle, Rotom Heat, Tyranitar, stuff like that. I don't remember Mawile, Amoonguss. And at the last second, I was like, no, I'm just going to use Colin's team because he got second at Houston, losing only to Talon. And I think Talon's team is really bad, and I think Colin's team is amazing, so I used Colin's team. And I feel really excited just because I haven't taken a single loss. I'm currently 12-0, and I like to...
You don't say that. You don't say that you're currently undefeated.
I am undefeated. I haven't lost a single match to anyone, although I have had a lot of close matches today.
Well, I believe they're actually ready for you right now. Who won the other one?
Pardon?
Who won the other one? Dimitri? King DJK? So I believe you're going to be facing off against King DJK. Yeah, I think they're ready for you. Sorry that this interview is going to get cut short, but congrats on the finalist. Hopefully, you know.
Well, I'd like to do some shout-outs.
Yeah. What shout-outs?
Shout-outs to my team, Young Money, Logan Castro, Tommy Yee, Colin's sort of on there. He helps me a lot. Poke Alex, all PBB. Without these people, no way I could ever be in the finals.
Right.
Thanks
Shreyas
for doing
won.
the interview.
Okay, so you're going to be facing off against Shreyas, so good luck.
Thank you.
I see that you're going to stay well hydrated.
Yeah.
Best of luck, and, congrats. Top finalist, survived Field 206, so good luck.
Dude, the Kamz back begins.
Oh, my God. So we're about ready to get started. It's going to be Shreyas versus Kamz. Stay tuned real quick. We are about ready to get underway. Both players right now are going to set up. I'm going to take a little quick water break real quick, so just stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the 2015 Autumn NorCal Regional Championships here in San Jose, California. My name is Dwee. Joining me on the mic, the one, the only, the guy who's been here with me that we dropped because we're really bad, Alex Gloza.
Thank you.
We got the finals coming up, like I said earlier. On top is going to be Shreyas.
This is the finals?
This is the finals, yeah. Shreyas versus Kamz. So both these players, we've seen them on stream. Kamz, we saw, last round, top 8, we saw Shreyas play. We saw definitely interesting teams as we go into team preview right now. Kamz on bottom, off screen, Zapdos, Politoed, Gothitelle, Ludicolo, Hydreigon, and Mawile. Shreyas gonna go with that Mawile, Hydreigon, Jumpluff, Heat Rotom, Kangaskhan, and Azumarill.
I am all about that Jumpluff. I am so happy to see Jumpluff up here. Although I'm looking at Shreyas' team, and it was Scarf Hydreigon. We found that out in an earlier match, right? So at least that'll outspeed Kamz's, but it's looking It's going to be I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Shreyas, just because Cam's got that powerful rain mode. He's also got Trick Room. So Shreyas is going to have to pick what does he think Kamz is going to lead, and he's really got to nail that. He's really going to have to nail this lead prediction.
Right, and Jump Puff Sleep Powder is not useful against Ludicolo too much, so we can definitely expect to see Ludicolo a lot. However, the risk in that is if Kamz doesn't bring the rain mode, Ludicolo's going to be slower than Jump Puff, fire off Fake Out, and possibly get Encored in Fake Out, which would be unfortunate, but Kamz is such a great player that he'd probably see that right away.
Ludicolo on Kam's side is really doing a lot of work against Shreyas, so Shreyas is going to have to focus on getting rid of that thing probably ASAP.
And Ludicolo has been one of those Pokemon that's been around since 2002, since ever since it came out. It's been always good. Back in JAA 2006, before we even played competitive Pokemon. Leads right now, Kam's going to go with that Zapdos and that Ludicolo. Shreyas going to go for his oh-so-trusty Kangaskhan and Jump Puff. Ludicolo with Fake Out support, Kangaskhan with Fake Out support, Zapdos out there. Zapdos very well known to carry safety goggles too, so wouldn't be surprised to see if anything happened there.
This might just be anti-sleep mode for Kamz.
Kangaskhan going to Mega Evolve right now. Most likely Kangaskhan from Shreyas' side, going to Mega Evolve, going to go for the Fake Out. Fake Out's going to land onto the Ludicolo, so right now we're going to see where Jump Puff's going to go for the free rain.
He's probably scouting for those safety goggles, actually.
Definitely, and there it is, the safety goggles on Zapdos. As Zapdos going to go for the Thunder Wave, going to paralyze, and paralysis is one of those things, one of those statuses that was forgotten ever since Prankster Thunderous went away, but now it's pretty important. Speed control is very important.
There's that Ludicolo I was talking about. Kamz it's just got such a great matchup, and it's gonna bypass Jump Puff's like everything basically, besides the Encore, and we haven't seen Jump Puff's fourth move. But Shreyas, interestingly enough, has only led these two every match we've seen so far on here.
We might have to see Shreyas make some adjustments. I mean, Kamz is definitely up to what Shreyas has.
Shreyas' Kangaskhan will eliminate this Ludicolo if he gets the chance, and if Kamz is willing to sack it, but the Jump Puff, we have seen the Focus Sash on it, so I don't know, is Kamz' Zapdos running HP Ice?
Okay, alright. Jump Puff going to go for the Helping Hand, kind of realizing that it's kind of dead weight right now out there, as Thunderbolt from Zapdos going to hit that Kangaskhan, and Ludicolo going to go for the Ice Beam. Going to target that Jump Puff, very effective, but that Focus Sash on that freeze, and it didn't even activate the Focus Sash either, so that Jump Puff, information for Kamz to know, as Kangaskhan is also paralyzed. So unfortunate turn of events for Shreyas as paralysis and freeze.
Well, what's really important now is that I assume Kamz doesn't know that the Jump Puff is sashed. He still doesn't know.
And the Jump Puff stays frozen as the Kangaskhan going to continue firing off the Thunderbolt onto the Kangaskhan. Ludicolo going to go for the Scald. Who's it going to target? Going to target the Kangaskhan. Going to try to knock it out, and it does pick up the knockout. Shreyas going down really fast.
Yeah, Kamz is just, oh man, he's been playing these last couple games so well. He's making great predictions. I mean, that freeze obviously helping a little bit here. Doesn't have to worry about what that Jump Puff was going to do. But even then, even if that Jump Puff wasn't frozen, what was it really going to do out here? Rage Powder? I mean, that's not going to do anything.
Rage Powder's not going to do anything.
He's got Encore. So far, Encore and
the
mystery fourth
right?
move. Yeah,
right.
that's what he's got.
Hydreigon right now going to replace the fallen Kangaskhan, and losing your Kangaskhan so early is very unfortunate, as Ludicolo does decide to switch out, going to go straight into the Politoed, going to start the rain mode. Going to be interested to see what is exactly going on as the rain comes down. I mean, probably trying to preserve Ludicolo for another Fake Out, as Jump Puff going to thaw out finally, fire off the Helping Hand, so now going to fire off the Helping Hand something.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Kamz doesn't know that Shreyas' Hydreigon is Scarfed yet, which is going to outspeed Kamz' own Life Orb Hydreigon, so that's going to be, that might become an unpleasant surprise for him later in this match. However, he's picking up a pretty solidly sized lead, so I'm not sure if he's too worried about it, but he's definitely going to need to deal with his Hydreigon one way or another.
Right, Shreyas right now down 2-4, as that Dragon Pulse didn't do too much to that Politoed with the Helping Hand. So, maybe Kamz knows his damage calcs better than anybody else, but he might be able to suspect that that is actually going to be a Scarf Hydreigon as Azumarill comes in. Azumarill not really enjoying facing off against Zapdos at all, but it is rain boosted, so we'll see what happens as the Hydreigon going to go for the Dragon Pulse onto the Politoed, going to not pick up the knockout as Zapdos going to fire off Thunderbolt, and that, I mean, that's, Kamz is down to such a strong lead as the Ice Beam going to land on the Hydreigon. Interesting to note that Azumarill does not have a Citrus Berry.
Yeah, I mean, that leads us to believe, like, what? What are other items? They run Band sometimes. They run Assault Vest, I guess, sometimes. I mean, I don't really know what else could this Azumarill B, it used Waterfall, so it's not running Aqua Jet. So yeah, clearly not the belly drum set. The Hydreigon on Shreyas' side was really the thing that brought him the 2 wins that we saw earlier. So I'm really hoping to see it. If anything's gonna pull through for him right now, it's the Hydreigon.
Right. We see that the Aqua Jet does pick up the knockout on the Politoed, so it is not banded. Hydreigon gonna fire off Dragon Pulse on the Zapdos and picks up the knockout, so it's down to 2-2.
That Hydreigon.
That Hydreigon though. Still out there, Hydreigon and Azumarill out there. Cam's going for his own Hydreigon as Ludicolo comes out, so good fake out support from Kamz.
Yeah, well, and here we find out if Kamz knows that Shreyas is Hydreigon scarfed or not. He's got the fake out on Ludicolo. He's got the Giga Drain for the Azumarill. He's just gonna take it. He's just gonna take it. I don't know what kind of damage it's gonna do. That is the way Shreyas won Game 1 last time we saw him on here in, what was that, top 8 or top 4? That's the same way. Although maybe he's confident, maybe he thinks that his Ludicolo is going to be able to survive it, but it doesn't get the KO with the Giga Drain.
That I believe it is in Solfest as Azumarill going for the play rough right now. Going to do a good amount of damage and bringing it all the way down into very low health, as it's going to be Hydreigon and Azumarill versus that Ludicolo. The Hydreigon outsped that Ludicolo, so not trained too well in speed, as Hydreigon picks up the knockout on that Ludicolo. So kind of a shocking turn of events, really. It took me by surprise. I'm not sure if it took you by surprise.
That Hydreigon has come through for Shreyas every single game we've seen it out here. Every single time. Shreyas is down 2-0, or 2-3, 2-4, like every game, and he just brings out the Hydreigon. And I'm not sure if it's the surprise factor. It just does so much damage, and it just catches everyone off guard. Now, the Azumarill surviving, getting off that play rough, that was a huge turn of events there. I'm sure that was some kind of a damage roll.
Definitely. You saw that it hung on with a sliver of health. Back to team preview right now. Kamz with that Zapdos, Politoed, Gothitelle, Ludicolo, Hydreigon, and Mawile. Shreyas with that Mawile, Hydreigon, Jumpluff, Heat Rotom, Kangaskhan, and Azumarill. I mean, what do you think right now Shreyas has to do to adjust? Because you know Kamz is going to make some sort of adjustment. You know,
Shreyas still's got to figure out a way to deal with this rain mode, but I do want to point out that Shreyas just dealt Kamz his first loss of the whole tournament.
That is actually something I was about to bring up too. So, you know, Shreyas is here to play. You know, he has finally dealt Kamz a loss this tournament. And in a fashion where there wasn't that much luck involved. You know, it was a clean game. Shreyas just had the pieces that fell into place to seal the deal.
I was looking at these teams, and I really thought Kamz had such an upper hand with the Ludicolo, and especially once we found out this was Safety Goggles Zapdos, but the fact that Shreyas was able to turn that around, that's pretty amazing.
As we go into leads right now, Kangaskhan Jumpluff for Shreyas. I guess he still believes that in those leads, despite the fact that Zapdos and Ludicolo are not affected by Jumpluff too much. Zapdos and Ludicolo on Kam's side, you know, exactly what he had last time. It's pretty I mean, what if Kamz changed it up and, you know, Shreyas led the exact same thing? You know, he'd be pretty down in the hole instantly. As Kangaskhan gonna Mega Evolve this turn. Gonna, you know, probably fire off a Fake Out. As it actually, Jumpluff going for the Helping Hand right away. Interesting move.
To stay away from the other Fake Out, or to stay away from, well, I don't know, it doesn't have anything else to do, does it? I don't think it does. I think that's all it can do.
The Fake Out onto the Zapdos is going to do a good amount of damage. Ludicolo going for the Fake Out. Okay, all right. I respect that. All right. It's going to do a good amount of damage to that Zapdos. And, you know, Shreyas coming out on top of that turn.
I'm a little worried here because Kamz had the same lead matchup last time, and he even got a freeze on the Jumpluff. So he had a little bit of an easier way out of it, and he wasn't able to pull out the game. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's going to need to slow down a lot of the stuff on Shreyas' side of the field to come back.
Right, and there it is. Jumpluff going with the Encore. Encore still affects that Grass type, so, you know, that's a very good Encore. Ludicolo going to be locked into Fake Out as Kangaskhan going to go for the return. Going to be plenty enough to knock out the Zapdos. I don't even think he needed that critical hit.
Is Kamz just a little flustered here? He just left the Ludicolo and he hasn't seen the Encore. Maybe that's it.
Right.
He may just not be familiar with Jumpluff, which is, you know, a perk to running something that you don't see that very often in VGC.
Also, you know, maybe Kamz didn't think Jumpluff would try to stay in because he knows of, you know, the Safety Goggles and Ludicolo not being affected by any type of powder attacks. As Mawile going to come in for the fall, and so Kamz kind of behind right now.
Yeah, he's going to need to pull out something, but we've seen him do it before, so I wouldn't be surprised. But Shreyas definitely looking like he's in the optimal position here, especially with that Hydreigon that just KOs everything.
We see the Politoed come in right now. Going to bring the rain, But now, Politoed and Mawile on the field, that gives room for Ludicolo. Mawile gonna Mega Evolve this turn. Gonna try to do damage anywhere it really can. Kangaskhan got intimidated, not gonna be able to do too much as Jump Up does go for the Sleep Power and Mawile avoids it.
That's 75 accuracy.
Kangaskhan content with just power punching and trying to set up this turn.
Yeah, especially if Kangaskhan wants to do anything to this Mawile, it's going to need those plus attacks. A couple plus ones, plus twos on the attack. It's going to be able to actually take out this Mawile, but will it get the chance? I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of damage Kamz just dealt.
The play rough does land on the Kangaskhan, but Kangaskhan holds on. It's going to be unfortunate because Kangaskhan can still fire off a Sucker Punch if it carries Sucker Punch. Mawile, of course, can Sucker Punch it too, so it's this little crazy chain that you got going on.
That kind of damage from Kamz's Mawile really should speak to Shreyas as to what kind of EVs that Mawile has. I mean, that's a lot of damage for just a single play rough. Because Kangaskhan usually can take that relatively well, but those are from the more especially defensive ones. I assume this is a more offensive Mawile, so he can probably use that to his advantage. Get at a +2, it'll probably, it'll do so much damage to this Mawile, he might be able to deal with it.
And Jump Off revealing the Rage Powder. Now it has free reign of Rage Powder, gonna draw away any sort of Sucker Punch, any sort of attack from Kangaskhan. As Kangaskhan gonna go for the return, gonna target down that Politoed, gonna try to get as much damage as it can, doing a massive amount of damage on the first hit, and the second he does pick up the knockout. So Shreyas in such a commanding lead.
Great move there to just, he is suspected the Mawile might Sucker Punch, he Rage Powders, and then he KOs the Politoed to save the Jump Left from taking any damage here. Now, Kamz has a chance to send out this Ludicolo in the rain, it's fresh, he's got Fake Out. This may be his chance to come back, but Shreyas has got all 4 of his Pokemon.
And the thing with faking out this turn, Jump Fluff, of course, still has Encore, so Kamz really against the wall. It does go for the Fake Out. That's really his only option, as Kangaskhan does get knocked out from that Fake Out. And Jump Fluff going for the Sleep Power. Mawile dodges it, so that is huge. Mawile go for the Play Rough.
That's huge, but Shreyas knows that by leaving it in and forcing Ludicolo to Fake Out, he's able to Encore this thing for the rest of the game, so long as Jump Left stays on the field.
Right, so right now, Kamz kind of has an out.
It was a very calculated loss,
Right.
It was just so good.
Zoomerl coming in right now, and we see that is not Belly Drum, so Kamz doesn't really have to worry about that too much.
I mean, it's almost looking like the Power Rangers fighting a hot dog right now. I don't know. Oh, he elects to go for the Helping Hand instead of the Encore, probably suspecting that maybe Kamz's Ludicolo would try a Fake Out again to avoid an Encore. I don't even know if that works. No, I don't know why he didn't Encore there.
Zoomerl going for the Waterfall right now onto the Mawile, going to do a good amount of damage. He picks up the knockout.
Because the +1 KOs the Mawile, that's why.
Yeah, the Helping Hand right there definitely helped, and Kamz down to his last Pokemon against Shreyas' 3. This might be it. Shreyas might advance to become the champion. Is it going to be enough? Do you think so?
He's still got that Godrigon in the back, so I think anything's possible.
Right now, going for that Helping Hand, Ludicolo going for the Giga Drain. If it crits or gets a high damage roll, Ludicolo will knock it out, but no, Azumarill hangs on. And Azumarill going for the +1 Play Rough. Is it going to be enough to take the championship?
That's got to be it. That's got to do it.
And Kamz loses. Ludicolo gets knocked out, and Shreyas advances. He is the NorCal 2015 Pokemon Video Game Regional Champion. Congrats to Shreyas.
Did he ever change leads? Do you think he changed leads even one time this tournament? Or do you think that's just the new lead?
Honestly, Kangaskhan and Jump Fluff is such a powerful lead for everybody. So much disruption. Fake Out, Sleep Powder, and if they protect, it's going to get Encored. I thought Kamz had it. I thought Kamz had the necessary parts for it. The safety goggles, the Ludicolo. But I guess, Kamz just...
I think he got a little flustered. He was undefeated all tournament. He comes in, looks like he's got game 1. Scarf Hydreigon comes out for Shreyas like it does every game, and it just cleaned up. And I think maybe it just threw him off his jam just a little bit.
Right, and the Scarf Hydreigon outspeeding that Ludicolo probably threw him off as well. But I mean, Scarf Hydreigon from Shreyas paying off. A lot of people are complaining. A lot of players are complaining that Hydreigon with the Scarf doesn't do too much power, but we see how exactly important speed is.
That Dragon Pulse one shot. I mean, Kamz's Hydreigon, that was huge. That's big damage.
Right, definitely. And Shreyas is here for an interview. Alex, I will let you interview champion to champion.
You sure?
Yeah, I am sure about that.
Oh man, I would love this.
Congrats to Shreyas. He is here right now for an interview with Alex.
Welcome to the hot seat. First off, let me shake your hand. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Is this sorry if I'm ignorant. Is this how many events have you gone to? Is this your first one? Is this
No, I've been going to events since 2010. So I hard gold, soul silver, but like I've only recently started doing pretty well.
So is this your best finish so far?
Definitely best finish.
How are you feeling? Let's get that out right now.
I feel like really excited. Like I never really thought jump bluff would actually work, and then all of a sudden it's like people have no idea what it does, and then like Kamran actually told me about how he had no idea that jump bluff could do like rage powder and encore and all those. So I was actually really proud of it. So.
Wow. Well, first of all, yeah, congratulations. So I've been making this joke the whole time we saw you, because we saw you up here a little earlier too. Did you ever lead anything besides Kangaskhan jump bluff? I need to know.
Oh, yeah, actually in the top 4 match, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. This is really embarrassing. But like,
He's probably on here somewhere.
Okay. There we go.
Colton?
Yeah, against Colton. So I led off against in the first game I did go jump bluff and Malwell, because most of his team had a lot of counters to Kangaskhan. So like a Kangaskhan jump bluff lead would actually be a really bad idea. But and then the game after that, I lost the first game. So after that, I went straight up offensive leads. Like I didn't even bring jump bluff along. I went Malwell, Hydreigon, and I ended up just beating him that way. So I didn't need jump bluff in my top 4 game. But like most of the time, I do fall back on the Kangaskhan jump bluff lead.
Perfect. No, it would seem to work very well.
Yeah.
Out of just curiosity, just for my sake, did you ever bring jump bluff in the back? Was it only a lead option for you, or would you ever like leave it in the back to send out later?
It was always a lead.
It was always a lead.
It was never in the back.
I figured as much. So, okay, talk me through this last game. You're playing Kamz. He's undefeated. I'm not sure if you were aware of that. He had not lost.
Whoa.
He had not lost all tournaments.
Oh, wow.
He's got this rain mode. He's got the Mawile Gothitelle mode. Yeah. He's got his own Hydreigon.
Yeah.
What that first lead, like the first game, what was your game plan there?
Oh, my game plan